So I'm back at Dynotorque with Craig with an update on the Aston Martin V8, real V8 project. What have we done?
Fought the engine and gearbox out, which was not done one before, so it's a little bit different. Quite a lot of things to undo.
Massive.
It's very wide. It doesn't look particularly high, but it's about the same as the LT with the supercharger. So not quite sure on full measurements yet, but
have you discovered anything interesting that might catch you off guard?
Not yet. There will be something.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be.
The torque tube on this one is quite narrow. This is your torque tube, obviously with like the drive shaft in the middle to your gearbox at the back. The gearbox is very small.
Smaller than
the one I'm fitting, so that's a slight concern. Although the hole for it is fairly big.
Yeah.
That could be.
Are you going to have to get your own drive shafts made?
Possibly. I've ordered some Z06 ones.
Yeah.
Because they're different fitting. So I don't know. Is the answer? I mean, maybe. If we do, I'll have a word with Dave McPops has made us some in the past.
Yeah.
And they've been really good, really strong. So I'll get them made by him.
I think it'd be interesting to get all of this on the scales, and then you can just weigh it and see.
Yeah, to see what
because the internet loves saying, "Oh, you ruined it with weight," but actually, the new LS and LT stuff's pretty light, isn't it?
I mean, this is an all aluminium engine, same as the LT. This is dual overhead cam, where the LT is single overhead cam. So
how heavy is a cam?
It's not massively heavy, but you know, there's four of them, and then there's all rockers, and you know, so it does make a difference. And this, like, inlet manifold's all aluminium cast. So if it was just an LS3, for instance, that would be plastic.
Yeah.
And it all does make a difference. Plastic. Solid plastic.
What are you going to do about the rack? You're going to try and reuse this?
Hopefully just leave it exactly alone.
Because in some of the conversions you've done, you use RX-7 racks, don't you?
RX-8s. I've used RX-7 racks just to get back to a traditional rack.
The Viton was done with an RX-7 rack, though, wasn't it?
Yes, that was for pinion angles. BM pinion angle sits like that, with the RX-7 one sits much further down, and it was like CSL spec speed.
The subframe's massive. Oh, you've taken the arms off as well, haven't you?
Yeah, you have to take the whole subframe out and drop everything through the bottom.
Fun. Does it all come off? You have to lower it?
Yeah, just support it and lift the car away.
Oh, okay.
But it's all, every single nut and bolt has come undone. Everything. Not fought one bolt out, which
so like working on an Nissan, is it?
Well, all bloody Porsches. I done 3 in a row fighting gas acts and bolts off and trying to get the exhaust off and that. So no, this has been, I'm very, very surprised.
Marvellous. So what's the next then? Just gonna take this apart?
Strip this apart, get it all off the stand, get some frame off, and then lots of measuring.
So I guess making new engine mounts would be the first.
Yeah, I'm going to try and reuse the actual mount, because obviously with this, the back is effectively got 4 mounts that the engine and gearbox all sit on together, so they are effectively gearbox mounts at the back. So I'm going to try and use the OE ones just for the.
It looks close to the headers though, but will it?
Yeah, I mean the LT, the headers come out slightly different. So,
no.
I mean, if I can't use them, I can't use them, but you know, I'll try.
So you've separated. Have you separated?
No, basically I've took the whole, that's the Aston engine, torque tube, gearbox, diff,
yes.
complete. That's all out. I've got the Aston subframe here.
Yeah, that's what we saw.
With the LT mocked up in place.
And these are your new tubular headers?
Yep, I bought some off-the-shelf Corvette headers.
And of course they go straight on with no interference or hitting.
If you look this side, this side's fitted really nicely. You can actually see there's even like a scallop. It's a little bit close, but I've got it in the maximum close position at the moment. It should probably go up from there. But they sort of fit. The other side, I've had to do a little bit of tweaking. The engine mount I've made fit doesn't work, so I've got to alter that because this one pipe comes in really tight.
Oh, right, okay. No, it's
this side's okay.
This the downside of using off-the-shelf headers?
It was a bit of a risk, you know, that they're just standard LT Corvette headers. But the mounts are in different places and that, so it's incredibly tight. Once the gasket's that one, it will be fine. But I need to trim the other engine mount. I've basically got the engine in position on the cradle where it has to go in relation to the
watch yourself.
To the car. So
is this going to sit in the same place as the original V8?
Yes, pretty much, yeah. The measured up the torque tube and the Corvette diff, it's 8 inches longer.
What does that mean?
It doesn't fit.
But what does that mean though?
Not quite sure yet. We thought it'd be about 3 inches different, and it's 8. So the gearbox is massively bigger. But then I needed it to be strong.
Can you chop it down? Is that a silly thing?
I can alter the torque tube. If you have a look at the torque tube, this is the
tubes.
The Corvette torque tube, which has effectively a pop shaft running through it.
Could you take 8 inches out the middle and get a new pop shaft made?
Yeah, that's effectively what I'm doing. That's going to have to be on the big lathe.
The big lathe?
Not much bigger than mine. In fact, my friend Martin, who does the machining for us for the Lambo stuff,
yep.
Has actually got a milling machine that you can turn on its side. So we're going to basically spigot it so we can shorten that to the correct length.
Will that be an issue, shortening it?
No, it's fine. And then the gearbox, we're pretty sure the gearbox, there is enough area in here to put the gearbox in to keep all the drive shafts angles correct and that. So...
Now, importantly, have you weighed all this yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, Craig, I even brought the scales around for you.
No, you got somebody to bring them around for you.
That's what management is. Delegating.
No, because that's still got the wiring harness on, so I'm going to try and do it.
Do it properly.
Yeah, and fingers crossed. Yeah, hopefully.
So the headers are going on. Is that what you're just working on this side?
Yeah, I've put the clutch in. We've got the monster triple plate clutch. That's in. The bell housing's on. You see the Corvette headers are very tight to the bell housing. They run down a torque tube.
Is that going to be an issue with?
No, that's how they are.
Oh, okay.
If you look at the back there, that's the Aston headers, which are the same. They run like down the exhaust, down the torque tube area. The exhaust I'm running is much bigger bore, so I think on through this section here, which is the tight bit, I'm looking to get some oval tube.
Yeah, I saw your internet post. So if anyone does know, 4-inch oval.
4.5.
4.5?
4 can get easily. 4.5's not as
Why do you want it so big?
Because that works out to the size that 2 3.5s is effectively that.
So could you not get 2 3.5s? Would that not be a better or easier solution, or is there not the space?
I can, but where I want to come into the Y piece, where it comes into one, it's like Siamese, and it would just mean I can extend what I'm already made.
Siamese?
Yeah, join together.
Is that what it's technically called?
Yeah.
You sure? Oh. In this day and age?
See, that's the X pipe that I've got.
Yeah, they can't be called Siamese.
That's where they join it. So, effectively, that needs to be lengthened apart so that the middle section can go through there.
Oh, okay.
The Aston box is gear cables, whereas the Corvette is a gear selector onto the torque tube. But basically, find out where that is and then move that point to the correct point.
Okay.
The gear lever's got to come up in the right hole. That's also important.
Well, if the gear selector's in the wrong place, it won't drive. It won't feel nice, will it?
It's horrible. If the gear lever's in the wrong place, it's horrible.
What are you doing about the mess here? How much is staying?
That's all Aston loom, so most of that will go. The LT has its own one because it's direct injection. We would normally run all of it off the M-Mold, but because it's direct injection, there's not many aftermarket issues that will run direct injection.
So since we filmed the original, the quick walk around, you have taken this to Emerald, haven't you?
Yes.
Why?
Basically to what they call sniff or copy the canvas. So they measure all the canvas signals from the basically the engine into the car, so that we can get the dash working, the ABS, all the information that the engine sends to the car and vice versa. We need to copy.
Yep.
So that, you know, obviously when this, basically what we'll do, we'll output from that ECU, the RPM output, we'll send to the Emerald. The Emerald will basically run as it's almost run as a piggyback. And that will then send the information to the dash for all the information we need for the dash.
Did you also have it on the dyno whilst you were there?
I did.
Any good?
599, 620 odd foot-pound of torque.
That's all right. Are the wheels? Or the
No,
fly?
it's crank there, most crank, which is, it was mega rich. Anything above 4, it just went like mad rich, but it's completely stock tune.
So is that more or less than what the book says?
It's supposed to be 650, but tuned it would be. I mean, it was, and when it goes rich, it also backs the timing off in the boost. So it's a complete base map, and I've just ran it around the base map because it was fine. I knew it wasn't optimum, but the thing is, you don't.
No, I meant the Aston.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, I was thinking boost.
Right, no, ignore that. No, sorry, the Aston was really good. I thought it'd be about 350 horse.
Yeah.
And it made 426.
Oh, okay.
Which is, they're supposed to be 380, but it's been decatted and remapped and stuff. But it makes peak power at 7.8.
Very usable around town then.
I mean, that's the reason why it feels so gutless, because you have to absolutely wring its neck.
Yeah.
And like 300 something foot-pound, the torque was terrible.
So you are basically going to be doubling it, or more than?
Well, we'll see what mods do to this, how it works.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to go with a bigger supercharger. Magnuson do a big supercharger for it, but it's just too much money.
Get it going. Then do that later. Once it's in, it's easy to do, isn't it?
I'm basically going to take that supercharger apart and port it in a big throttle body, then actually bother to get it maps and everything.
Yeah.
So it should be good.
Well, this is no longer underneath your car, and this is now in your car.
Yes, we have engine mounts.
Oh yes.
Headers.
Hang on. That one looks like a stock one. That one looks like a Vibrotechnics one.
That's correct.
Why?
Because that one I need a small diameter, and that one, which I might end up changing to Vibrotechnics ones, but we'll see. I wanted to use all the original ones because they're quite stiff and decent, but it's just too big damage, and I was struggling with space here.
Did you modify the headers, or did they just go straight on?
No, I've managed to fit them. The headers.
What am I standing on? Why is the racks on the floor?
Oh, sorry, Richard. No, these are Corvette headers.
Yeah.
But if you see their clearance, and they're tight, but they fit. And then this comes back here, and they run into a wide piece, and then that's where I need to extend the Siamese bit through the middle.
Is this your?
That's the new torque tube.
But it's
in
not
place.
Have you chopped it down then?
No.
So this is too
basically
long,
the next issue is that gearbox much longer than the other gearbox, so we need to move. This is the input into the gearbox.
Yeah.
So I need to move this forward by about 8 inches.
And you've made all these gearbox mounts and.
No, that's original.
Oh, really?
I've just put that just to support this and everything. So basically, need to shorten torque tube as back as far as I can, and we've just got enough to get the drive shaft angles back in spec.
Where do you think you're going to chop it to make it short?
I don't know.
Does it make a difference?
Probably this end, because the gear lever, I've got to mount the gear lever in the correct place anyway, which I need.
So if you chop it that end, then it'll pull the whole.
I think I'm going to end up putting the Corvette lever slightly offset to the left anyway, because they're the left-hand drive. So I want to try and get it back in the middle. So I'm going to have to do that anyway. So
have you got the steering attached, or is that?
The steering works. It's got what they call a drop-out knuckle so you can undo it, and it just lifts away. So that's all okay. Quite tight on the alternator, but it fits.
Yeah.
We'll send
and you use the Aston rack then?
Yes. Yeah, I want to keep all that standard. All the headers are on, mounts.
Didn't take long at all. It's amazing what happens when you use off-the-shelf items.
Still 3-4 days.
Just how long has it been? Oh, we are on Wednesday, aren't we?
3-4 days.
So now you've just got to work out the exhaust. So you've got your crossover.
The exhaust is easy. Basically, this is the rest of the Corvette setup. So that effectively goes on there. And then that's that. So I'm going to cut this here.
Yep.
And basically, so that bit's there, and then that bit will be further back here. Then I'll just make my own bit for the back here. Then just need to alter this here.
What, make it longer?
Yeah, just so it fits through this narrow section.
Cool.
That's all. That's easy.
As far as builds, it seems to be going a lot smoother than other cars you've done.
It's actually been quite tricky, to be honest.
Oh.
But it's just awkward. It's just because you've got to put the gearbox up from underneath. It's a bit of a pain. But basically, where the subframe mounts here, I've got some really long all thread. I've put it into the hole so it goes up and down. It guides up and down in the right plane each time, which has worked really well.
And of course, you've weighed it all, haven't you? Oh, Craig.
I just weighed it here. The thing is, I'm going to dynamat the car and everything like that, so I'm not amazingly fussed about the weight.
Well, it'll be, you'll have the power, won't you?
Yeah, it's road car. I prefer to have it nicely insulated and work. But all the these are the original braces for the tops. Everything fits back on as it should.
It's quite. Is it further back than the old one?
It looks it, but it's sort of not. The original cylinder's quite short, but then the front's quite long on the front. It looks further in, but I think it's deceptive. It's
how far did the plastic trim come on this?
The trim comes to. I haven't tried that yet.
Oh, perfect.
So that fits something like there, like that.
Oh, okay.
It does look a long way back. I mean, I've tried my hardest to get it as far back as possible, which is, it is. I mean, that's the cylinders are well behind the struts. I mean, the front crank pulley, the back of it's level with the struts, so I think that classes as mid-engine still.
Cool.
It's tight here, but you can get your hand under the padding, so there is clearance. But there's really not a lot of on millimeters clearance in places. Like.
If you change the supercharger, would that become an issue later?
Depends. Some are slightly lower and wider, some are higher.
Okay.
So. We did actually look earlier thinking look at the space underneath to put 2 turbos, but I've been down that route and it's
not fun.
Well, yeah, the supercharger just works so well, it drives so well.
So where would you put the turbos? Right underneath
I'd put them underneath, the space under the floor, like quite.
But you could cut holes in your bonnets and have like the top of the turbos.
To be a real
No, you could even have the turbo just poking out ever so slightly.
Yeah, that'd be classy, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
They love it. Americans would love it.
Yeah. No, scream and pipe out the bonnet because you can't be asked to make an exhaust properly.
So what's now then? So this will probably wrap up the engine going in.
I mean, next we've got. I need to drop it back down. I'm going to take the supercharger off and port it and do some more work to it, and then. I need to really look at gearbox mounts and getting all that side of it done.
You haven't looked at the loom yet?
No.
Said with fear.
No. On the original one, I took all this off and a hand wound the whole loom. I spent nearly a day doing it. Made it super neat, so it all fitted with it. Then they found out they supplied me the wrong loom, so I had to change it. So I might do that again now that I know it works.
Yeah.
Because that was quite miserable.
You couldn't get it to start for ages, could you?
It started, but the throttle didn't work.
Yeah.
There's no throttling. There's a fuel pressure sensor was wrong, and that was a lot of grief. You had to change harness in the car, which is a lot of the fuel pump and everything is down the back of the engine, and it's a really difficult to do.
Are you doing anything with the fueling for this, or with the original fuel pump setup work?
Basically, because it's direct injection, it has a high pressure mechanical pump on the engine.
Oh, okay.
So it runs at like 2,500 psi. So you supply it with a fixed pressure, and then it works itself out. As long as the pressure feeding that is enough, it's fine. I think I'm probably just going to put a V12 pump in it, because they do a V12 version of this, and that's an uprated pump. So like the M3 for instance, standard pump was fine. It copes, no problem, because it doesn't rely on it for the actual fuel as such. You know.
Lovely. Well, we'll come back and hopefully we've done more. Cool. Thank you very much. Remember, like, subscribe, share, comment. If you've got any more questions, let us know.
Next time.
Thank you. And your hair is very fluffy.
Oh, well, I've been under the car quite a lot. I seen a picture on Facebook early, looking very young, on the R32.
6 years ago.
With less chins.
Less chins, more floppy hair.
Yeah.
And still not getting my hands dirty whilst trying to look like I am.
I did have to have about 3 I think that's not age.
Yeah, it was me. Thank you, Craig, for that.
At Driftworks, we've helped over 50,000 happy customers since 2004. Our huge online parts store is simple to use, with superb shipping rates to anywhere in the world, and finance options available for UK customers. We live and breathe wheel fitment, so if you have any questions about your own car or any of our products before placing an order, please drop us an email at shop@driftworks.com or give us a call. Thanks for watching.